Hi guys, welcome to the Golden Cruiser. I'm Cindy, and today we're going to be talking about some hidden cruise ship features. So in this video, I'm going to go over some hidden features of a cruise ship that you may or may not have heard about. Now, from the moment you step onto the ship, every carpet pattern, every twist in the hallway, and the symbols on the hull are guiding you. So let's take a look at some of these. Number one, the carpet. The next time you are in your cruise cabin and you come out to the hall, look down at the carpet. Now, it's more prominent on some ships than the other. Like on Norwegian cruise ships, they have fish swimming in the hallway. Now, the direction the fish are swimming, that is forward on the ship. So if you go the opposite direction, you're heading aft or the back of the ship. A lot of other ships like Royal Caribbean has like little cruise ships and they're facing forward. That tells you the direction. But normally there's some symbol on that floor that is going to be pointing one direction, which is always going to be the front of the ship. So take a look at that next time you are on a cruise ship and see if you can see the pattern and which way you're heading. Number two, the hull of the ship. Now on the hull of the ship, the very front, right above the waterline, you may have noticed some symbols in that area. Now these symbols do have certain meanings, probably none that would affect us, but if you see a bulb-shaped icon, it indicates that that's where the fuel area is. An X inside a circle marks where the side thrusters of the ship are, and the keyhole symbol points out the stabilizer fins. Now these are good to know for like the tugboats, that are coming in to refuel the ship, or the tugboats that are pulling them, guiding them out to sea. They can look at those right away and they know what all these symbols mean, but we don't. So next time you're in a port or boarding your ship, take a look at the hull area and see what symbols you see. Number three, the casino. Now, have you ever noticed it's sometimes hard on a cruise ship to avoid the casino? Maybe you promised yourself you're not going to go in there, you're not going to gamble, and then guess what? A certain path, maybe you're going to the dining room for dinner, or maybe you're going to a show, and it leads you right through the casino to get there. Well, this was done that way on purpose. They always put them in the center of the ship, and they put them in areas that you're probably going to go to get more people into that casino, and then see all the flashing lights, hear the slot machines going off, and tempt you more to go into the casino and play. So if you want to avoid these areas, you probably have to find a different path around them or a different way to get there. But just notice next time that you're going somewhere, oh, I just had to walk through the casino to go there, and know that they planned that on purpose. Number four, elevators. Have you ever noticed that certain elevators don't go all the way up to the top deck? So say, for example, there's 16 floors on a cruise ship, and you want to go up to the gym, which is on the 16th floor, or it might be the spa up in that area, and you go to the elevator and it only goes up 14 floors. So you're like, what the heck? So you go up 14 floors and you decide to walk up the set of stairs. Well, when you come out on the set of stairs, right there, you're going to have all the shops, the jewelry store or the art gallery or something to get you in to, get you to buy more things. They kind of planned those again on purpose to get people to do that and go into those stores. So normally what you have to do is go find a different set of elevators to get you to go all the way up there. Our last ship, Anthem of the Seas, my granddaughter and I were filming a ship tour, and we were trying to get to the gym and the spa, and we couldn't find elevators to do it. We finally figured out we had to go, I think it was the very aft, the back of the ship, and take that bank of elevators. They were the only ones there that would get you up to the gym and the spa. The other ones did not go directly. So if you ever come across that and you see that you can't get up there, look at the deck plans that are usually by the elevator, or look at the app on your phone, and it will tell you which elevators you need to get on to get all the way up. Number 5, color changing carpeting or design. Now, not only do they do this in the hallways where it lets you know which is the front and which is the aft of the ship, they also do this in public areas. Now, the carpet could change colors in different sections, and that usually for that ship tells, if you're at the front of the ship, it might be blue. If you're at the center of the ship, it might be green, and then it changes as you're walking along there. Or a lot of ships do one stripe in the carpet for the front of the ship, 2 stripes for the center of the ship, and 3 stripes for the aft of the ship. So again, next time you're on a cruise, look down at the carpet. It might give you some indication of where you are on the ship. Number 6, hidden areas. Now, yes, there's usually some sort of little hidden area, ones that most people don't know about. It's not going to be marked on the deck plans. And usually it might be like a little door that's right by the gym, or a little stairwell that's on the Lido deck that might take you up to a different deck that you're not aware of. I know that last ship, when my granddaughter and I were filming on the Anthem of the Seas, I had found a YouTube video I watched before we sailed about some hidden areas on there. So one of them was in the adult-only solarium. And if you're in the solarium, you go to the far left, there is a door to the outside. And outside there, you have wings that come out over the ocean, over the water, and you could sit out there or just stand and get beautiful views. When the North Star is up on the ship, it is hanging over the side of the ship, and you can see that there in a perfect view. You can look down and see all the rows of balconies and the side of the ship. But nobody was out there because most people don't know about it. So that was one of the hidden areas we had. There was also a hidden door behind the solarium that actually took you out to a hallway with cabins in it. And people didn't know about that either. It's not advertised. And then we had one other little secret area that I found out about only by watching YouTube videos. And it was by the Teen Club up on deck 14. I have a video of this. If you walk down the stairs, there is a glass landing there where you can look all the way down, 14 flights down. You're walking on a glass area. Now, there's nothing indicated to tell you about this area. You really wouldn't know it unless you just started going down those stairs. So there are little secret areas around the cruise ship. You just have to get out and explore. And if you want to see these I just talked about, I do have videos on that. One is my solarium video, and the other one is just a short video about that little glass stairwell hallway. Number 7, the room key. This plastic card that gets you to open your cabin is just like a credit card with no spending limit. Because it is digital, most people don't realize how much they are spending. They are just walking up to a bar or into a shop and just handing their card over and handing it until at the end you get that bill under your door and you are shocked. So the best thing to do, especially if you're on a budget. Now, if you don't care how much you're spending, then don't worry about it. But if you haven't bought the drink package and you're paying as you go, you may not know how much you're up to. I recommend checking nightly on your app and look at what you've charged throughout that day. A lot of times there might be a mistake on there. They might have charged you for 2 drinks instead of 1, or they might have charged you for something you didn't even purchase. So check that daily. Don't wait until the last day to check it and then be in a long, long line at guest services trying to fix it. Check it daily, or if you're on a budget, you can also set a limit on that card so that if you hit that limit, you'll no longer be able to charge. And that way you're not surprised at the end and shocked at how much money you actually spent. Number 8, extra cost. Drink packages, specialty dining, photo packages, etc. They sound like a great deal, but are they really? You need to do the math and figure these things out. If the drink package costs, say, $79 a day, and then they usually charge tax on top of that, and then every adult in the cabin has to purchase it if one did, and maybe they don't drink that much, you'd need to drink at least 10 cocktails a day to even break even, if you even break even at that. Or the same thing with the specialty dining. Do you really need to pay extra for specialty dining when there is food all over the ship? Now, this just depends on the individual. Again, if you have no budget and you don't care, how much you're spending, then that's great. But a lot of people are on budgets, or people with families. So just be careful about using that card. Paying for extra things that maybe you don't need, like the drink package. If you don't drink a lot, then just pay as you go and it'll work out a lot better for you. You just need to calculate, things like that. But just beware that they're always trying to sell you everything they can get you to buy, and that you feel like if you get this ahead of time, it's all taken care of. But it's all about your budget and what you can afford. Aft or back of the ship. Take a peek at the aft of your ship, or back. I had someone comment to me today that I was saying the back of the ship, and they informed me there is no back of the ship. It is called aft. Well, I say back of the ship because new passengers might not know that the back of the ship is called the aft. So that's why I've been saying back of the ship. So it's still the back of the ship. Doesn't aft mean the back of the ship? Anyway, I got corrected for that. So take a look at the back of the ship, the aft of the ship. Chances are the name on the ship ends in the Bahamas or Panama, or it's a British ship. Now, registering the ship abroad cuts crew costs dramatically compared to U.S. wages, which means if they register in foreign countries and not the U.S., they don't have to pay the crew as much, which also makes it cheaper for the crew's prices. It's legal and it's standard practice, and it does help keep the crew's fares lower. But if you noticed, you will always have a ship that is registered somewhere out of the United States. Number 10, the overnight flip. Now, ships will often dock their final destination at about 6 a.m. Passengers disembark the ship. Crew are cleaning up, refueling, bringing on provisions, getting ready for the next cruisers. Housekeepers launder more than 60 tons of towels and sheets on turnover day. It is the very busiest day for all of the crew. They are working very, very hard to get that next set of passengers on that ship as soon as they can. So be patient and be kind when you board the ship. Know that they're working as hard as they can, and just be patient getting to your room, patient getting your luggage. They're working as fast as they can. Number 11 is the crew area. Now, have you ever seen a door or a barrier, maybe a rope with a sign that says crew only? This is a separate area for the crew only. They have their own mess halls, their own gyms, their own bars or nightclub, and there's even a jail down there for passengers who are misbehaving. Corridors stretch the length of the ship, one deck below all the passengers, and it's known as the I-95 by the crew members. So if you see a sign that says crew only, respect this area and stay out of there. It is strictly the crew area. And the last one, number 12, is the morgue. Yes, every ship that sails with more than 100 passengers is required to have body bags and cold storage. Death at sea is rare, but it does happen. So the morgue is usually a stainless steel locker that is close to the medical center. This is not advertised in brochures when you're planning your cruise, but it is true. They have to have these on board. Not sure if many passengers know or even want to think about this. It's horrible to think about. but it is there. So there you have it. Some things you may have known or may not know about, or maybe there's other things you know about that I didn't mention. Let me know in the comments below of other little secret places that you've found on a ship or things like that, designs in the carpet. So I want to thank you for stopping by today. If you liked my video, please give it a thumbs up, a like, and please subscribe to my channel. It really does help me out. So everybody have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you back real soon on the Golden Cruiser. Bye for now.